What's happening, guys? This is Mike at Mike's Total Dragon Channel, and I just finished reading Absolute Wonder Woman 2, and it was absolutely incredible. Another really solid issue, and great. I enjoyed it greatly. We'll go ahead and get right into it. I'll talk about a couple of things I really enjoyed in the second issue. We pick up where they left off in issue 1 with Wonder Woman defending Gateway City from these demons and monsters that are attacking. As you can see from this helicopter shot right here, this monster she's fighting here, which we find out is known as the Harbinger, is incredibly huge, just like kaiju sized. So not only is she fighting it, she's fighting a bunch of its little flunkies or whatever. And we are introduced to, well, we're not really introduced because we got to meet it last issue, but she tells us, Wonder Woman that is, she tells us about her lasso right here, and it is named Nemesis. And what it does is, what she says here, once she lassos that monster: the burn you feel, Harbinger, know that it is the result of the pain that you have wrought on others. All you are feeling you have earned, accept Nemesis' judgment on you. And the reason that that monster, Harbinger, is feeling that pain is because she has told us that Harbinger is burning so much because Nemesis says here, she binds and burns in proportion to your sins, and your soul shines bright with the blood of the innocent. So that tells us that the more evil you have brought into this world, if you are captured and wrapped up with her lasso, the more it will burn you. Because it's kind of like the more evil you have done, the more intensely it will burn you when you come into contact with it. So that, I think, is super cool. You know, that is something where, you know, if you see monsters or if you see villains who have done a tremendous amount of evil, they're going to feel incredible pain when they come into contact with her lasso. Instead of previously, it was revealing it didn't in the previous Wonder Woman, her lasso couldn't do anything like that. It just made people speak the truth. And here it kind of makes it a little bit of a more offensive weapon, which is kind of par for the course, since this is the absolute universe and things are a little bit more stupid bug. There's a little bit more of evil and darkness at play here. So I really like that addition to her her weapons, you know, the way that the lasso can do. So we have here the people who are observing vis-a-vis the news, the news are following them, the battle with their helicopter in the sky. Then we see Steve Trevor show up onto the scene, and we see Diana staring at the monster. But then when she hears Steve's voice, you see it gets a reaction out of her right here. It kind of snaps her out of her being kind of like in the zone of having done battle against monsters. Steve's voice just showing up, Steve showing up and speaking and greeting Diana, snaps her out of it. She turns around to greet Steve, and then we hit the opening page, which is like something out of a damn movie or a TV show. Just the scale that this gives us, you know, 2 pages, just boom, huge text. Absolute Wonder Woman, the last Amazon. So I really enjoy that. Then we get into how Steve and Diana met, and one thing that stays similar to how they met in the original universe where Steve crash lands on her island, here she crash lands on the same island that Cersei and Diana live on. And so then we get these really cool pages here where they're basically taking care of Steve, and Steve meets Cersei and Diana, and it's a lot of really good dialogue. It's not very what's the word here I'm looking for? A lot of it does not feel very forced. Cersei, kind of her dialogue towards Steve feels natural. Steve's reaction to being in the underworld feels very natural and understanding. I feel like that would be a reaction that most of us have if we were in his situation. So I really enjoyed these pages of engagement right here between the characters. They take a walk on the beach where Diana found Steve. Some small talk here. I particularly enjoyed this piece of dialogue. I mean, I don't want to brag, Diana, but I don't think hell was where I was headed. And Diana says, well, does anyone? Steve tells her, I just thought I was a good man. And then Diana says, here's what I think. Not everyone here belongs here. It's just sometimes where we've ended up. Steve thanks her for that. He says, thank you for saving me twice. So between these pages here, we really see where Steve and Diana kind of have their bond forged, how they met each other. Then we have Steve telling Diana, hey, the military, my commanding officer in the military wants to meet you. And of course, he's Mr. Hot Air himself, and he's loud and yelling, which Diana does not, she's not fazed by any of that whatsoever. And Diana basically is giving this general here the rundown of what the deal is with these monsters, and she's kind of giving them some a heads up of what's headed towards Gateway City. And they make a plan to evacuate the city to get everybody out. And then we see this scene right here. I thought was really good. There's like some incredible noise that's affecting everybody. Diana rushes towards it, and she begins to say this prayer towards herself, talking about Mother, protect me, Goddess, guide my hands, sisters. And then she sees who the next villain, the next monster is coming to Gateway City is. And we just have this absolutely huge Cthulhu-sized monster right here heading towards Gateway City. And, you know, it makes the other monster look like, you know, absolutely nothing, like a, you know, just an ant. This thing is outrageously huge and intimidating looking. And this monster here is called the Tetracide, and Diana slowly walks off into the water to face it one-on-one. Next issue, titled Death of Fear. So that was issue 2 of Absolute Wonder Woman, and I'm loving this book so much I had to automatically, as soon as I finished reading it, I had to come out here and make a quick video and talking about how great it is. I love so much about this book. The writing by Kelly Thompson I found super believable, super organic. The art by Hayden Sherman, I'm loving his portrayal of these monsters, the size and the scope of them. They make it look just like incredible mythological monsters, these huge beasts. And really digging the art. The art is going hand in hand with the writing really well. So all in all, I can only recommend this book, but so much, because I feel like I talk about it all the time about how much I love it, and I can't say enough about it, how much I'm really digging it. So if you guys have not picked up Absolute Wonder Woman yet, issue 2 hit today. There's a really good chance that your local shop has got issue number 1 on the shelf. So picked up issue 1 and 2. Do yourself a treat. Get yourself a double header. And sit down and read them back to back. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. If you're not, if you are reading Absolute Wonder Woman, then you're already, you've got great taste. That's all I'm gonna say. If you're reading it, you've got great taste in comics. So, and I'm here for that. So, till next time, you guys take care, and I will talk to you later. Bye bye.